So, are you a developer and looking to enhance your skills and take your career to the next level? Then you came to the right video. So, today we are going to explore one of the AI tool released by OpenAI, that is called as ChatGPT. So, basically ChatGPT is a language model which can interact with a human in very effective and intelligent manner. As a developer, it can help to boost your productivity in various ways. So as the agenda of this session, so we are going to check what is exactly ChatGPT, how to get started with ChatGPT, then how we can use this to boost your productivity as a software developer, then what are the advantages of ChatGPT, and compared to Google, how different ChatGPT is and how it is effective. So we are going to check will ChatGPT will replace your job as a programmer, then how ChatGPT can help to career and certification roadmaps, then how it will help to write the formal email to ask your boss for the promotion, then how we can prepare the resume, and how ChatGPT can help with the mock-up interviews with the explanation with the detailed answers. So we are going to check use cases related to front-end, back-end, database and deployment. So here are the few languages that we are going to check some examples. We are going to check like examples in Python, Java, then Spring Boot application with the product example. In the Spring Boot, we can create like multi-layer application with the entity, repository, DAO layer and connection with the database, with the controller, entity, repository and connection with the database. So we are implementing few REST call, and we are interacting that backend application with the front end. So whole together it's a web application. Then in the front end we are going to explore a few examples related to HTML, Thameleaf, React.js. And in the backend as a database we are going to explore some examples with the SQL and MongoDB. Then we are like converting some script from TypeScripts and JavaScripts. Then we are creating a Docker file and Jenkins file for the deployment. Yeah, so this topic is getting interesting, right? So let's move ahead. So in simple terms, ChatGPT is an AI bot. It is a generative pre-training transformer or language model. So ChatGPT is made up by OpenAI and it is trained on trillions of words from the internet, and it is smart enough to understand the human language and produce the human-like response as well. Okay, so it helps you with the countless things: preparing diet plan, doing your homework, creating a weekly schedules and lot more. So until now it was possible to use chatbots for the simple tasks such as searching for the information or executing the simple commands. However, ChatGPT can do much more. If you can take an example, it can hold real conversations, answer complex questions and even help with the app development. So what are the advantages of ChatGPT? So basically ChatGPT is a natural language processing. So it can able to understand the natural language and interact with the user. So this is the big advantage over the traditional chatbots, which often have limited understanding of what a user is saying. So basically it provides the human interactive responses, and all the responses are dynamic, and it is more relevant to the questions of users. So ChatGPT contains wide range of functions. The tool can do much more than searching the information. It can hold the conversation, answer the questions and even more jokes, and this make a very versatile tool. And it may remember your earlier conversations, and you can take the reference of earlier conversation and you can ask the question. It is basically easy to use, and user only need to ask the question to execute a command to interact with this tool, and there is no complicated commands or option to learn. So this question coming into every developer's mind, that how it is different from Google. So basically ChatGPT is an AI bot that excels the natural language processing and generate the human-like responses. Conversely, Google is a search engine that fetches the information relevant to your query from the billions of the web pages. So ChatGPT follows the radical course of dialogue-based and human-like interaction. In contrast, Google tracks the traditional route and take the query, compare with the billions of web pages and present the most relevant result. So Google is basically search engine. So it will provide the relevant results to your search query, but ChatGPT will process your query with the natural language processing and it will respond to your query in more interactive way, and it will provide more relevant information to your queries. Another most famous question related to ChatGPT in everyone's mind, that will ChatGPT replace your job as a programmer? So developers will no longer have to write the boilerplate code. Instead, they can focus on the areas such as the complex application architecture and cybersecurity. So ChatGPT writes the code but won't replace the developers. Okay, so developers can use ChatGPT in a better way to make them more productive. There are limitations of ChatGPT. So ChatGPT it does not act as a developer. There is a manual intervention required in order to extract the information from ChatGPT. So basically it won't replace the developers. So how to get started with ChatGPT? Very simple. Go to chatgpt.openai.com, create your account and start asking questions. That's it. So go to your favorite browser and hit this URL. Okay, so it is saying welcome to ChatGPT, log in or sign up your account. Okay, so if you don't have account, then just click on sign up. So it will hardly take 1 minute to complete with sign up. Okay, so you have to provide your email ID and mobile number in order to create your account. So in our case, we already have account, so we are directly logged in, and this is the home page of the ChatGPT tool, where like it is listed some examples, capabilities and limitations. So we already discussed the capabilities, so it has the limitations also. See, it may occasionally generate incorrect information, so we cannot 100% believe on the information that is generated by ChatGPT. It may occasionally produce the harmful instruction or biased content, and also it limited knowledge of the world and events after 2021. So it is developed in 2021, so after 2021, whatever the world events related questions after 2021, it may have limited knowledge. Okay, at the bottom, so you can see there is an input box. So this is your playground. Let's start the fun. So this is the web browser version. So there are like a Chrome extension also, and there is a desktop version also, so you can choose either or. So for now we are going to continue with this web browser interface. ChatGPT is having a great potential to write the boilerplate code and to write the different programs into a specified manner as required by the developer. So here I'm asking to write some program to ChatGPT. So write a arithmetic calculator program in Python. Okay, so ChatGPT generated the detailed program about arithmetic calculator in Python. So this program uses the input function to get the operator for the two numbers from the user. Okay, so we just need to provide the operator and two numbers. Arithmetic calculation will be performed and the result is provided. So ChatGPT remember the previously generated execution also. Make this calculator to add basic scientific operations. Okay, so this arithmetic calculator is enhanced with a scientific calculator also. So you can see there is a power of option, that square root, logarithmic and some trigonometry options are there. So this way, like we can enhance the existing program also. So suppose in this example you want to know like what is this keyword, so you can copy this keyword and let's say what is okay, so it gave the explanation about this Python keyword. So that is a expect value error. So it is the way to handle the exceptions into Python. So this is basically related to exception handling. Okay, so this way like it gives the information about keywords also. So moving further, we want this code to be a bug free. So we need to perform some unit test cases. So like we can ask this ChatGPT to write some Right, unit test cases for about Okay, so it has written n number of unit test cases to be covered. All operations it covered by unit test cases. So if you can say this multiplication, then there is a assert equal for for the sample inputs also. It is a provided result also. Okay. So this way we can write the unit test cases. Yeah, so this tool can fix exceptions or bugs into your class file or your program. Okay. So for now we are taking one example. So I have this Java program where it is getting with the one issue. So just run it and let's check the issue. Okay. So we are getting array index out of bound exceptions. Okay, so why array index out of bound exception? Index 4 out of bounds with the length 4. Okay, so here we have this array with these 4 elements into this array, but this array starts from 0. So at the fourth there is no element at the fourth, so it will fail with this error. So we will ask ChatGPT to fix this error. Below code is not working as I expect. Please fix it. Oh, that's it. So it is given the simplest solution. There is the issue with the loop condition. The loop should run from 0 to array.length 1, and it should just start from 0. So change the loop condition as follows. So what it is saying, so instead of okay, copy this. So here you can see this equal to, so we need to remove this equal to. Okay, so copy this loop and run this program. That's it. So ran successfully. So just we have replaced the equal to sign here. Okay, this we have replaced. So ChatGPT is fixed your error. So now we can improve this program more effectively. So ask ChatGPT with the reference to above program, please make it more memory efficient. So we are asking ChatGPT to make our program more memory efficient. So let's say what it says. Okay, that's it. In order to make the memory efficient, so we can use the while loop instead of for loop. It will manually keep the track of index instead of using the built-in loop variable. Okay, so what it is done, so it is just replace this for loop with the while loop to make the more memory efficient with the Java. Okay, so now if you observe, then there is no exception handling here. So we are taking just this small example. So tell him that please handle all exceptions in above example. It gave us a response related to exceptions. So it is saying that use try catch block and catch this exception. Okay, so it is handled with try catch now. Okay, so now we will take another example where we can explore the testing capabilities of this tool. So suppose I have another example in my IDE. So this is the small recursion program. So let's copy this. Can you please improve below code with the performance? Okay, so before executing this, so what is this program? So this is the simple recursion program. So we are passing this value as a 10 to this method, sum method, and till k is greater than 0. So it should just it will just sum the numbers whichever that is coming into recursion of this for loop. Okay, so if I run this, okay, So you got 10, 9, 8, 7 like this. So whichever value is this is printing, and at the last, so whatever the value, whatever the this digits, whatever the sum is coming as a 55. Okay, so this is calling into a recursion. So now let's ask ChatGPT to improve this program. Here we go. So ChatGPT has improved your program, and it suggested all the required things in order to improve your Java file. So what it is saying, so instead of recursive approach to calculate the sum, here is the example that can be, you can use the iteration or for loop instead of the recursive statement. So now suppose you are a manual tester, and you want to test this application in the performance way. Okay, so how this is this class file is performing in the correct way, so that we want to explore. So how to test performance of above code. Okay, that's it. So it has given all information to test the performance of this class file. So it is saying you can use the profiler also. By using profiler tool, it allows to measure the performance of your code. Then it is telling that you can use the system.current time in millis. So just we have to add the logger statement before running your function and after running your function, and you can calculate the difference. And then we can use some Java microbench harness. Okay, so what it is here, it is giving example also. So we have to add this logger. So this is the start, and after executing this function, so this is the end, and it is calculating the difference. Okay, so now can you mention best tool to test performance of this code? Okay, so it listed all the information to test the performance of that this code by using any tool. Okay, so it is telling this JMH tool, then it is telling this JProfiler tool. By using this, we can measure the performance of your application or Java file. Then URKit, then Apache JMeter. So this we are using in order to test the REST calls. So it is telling you his opinion also. So in my opinion, JMS is the best tool to test the performance of this code. So it is specifically designed for the purpose and provides the accurate and consistent results. Okay, so let's ask him how to use JMH in above example to test performance. It gave very comprehensive answer for using this tool JMH to test the performance. Okay, so it gave the example also by using Maven, like we need to add this dependency, and in the Java, so some performance benchmark. Okay, so like this is the recursive function, we are using this at the red benchmark. Then you can run this benchmark by running JMH as a Java application. Okay, so it is mentioned how we can use this JMH in order to test the performance. So moving further, so we can convert one script to another script also. So like suppose like I want to write some script, write Angular TypeScript to find number of files in directory. So here it is written Angular component in TypeScript to find the number of files in directory. So let's convert this example to JavaScript. So now it has converted this TypeScript into a JavaScript. So here, like you can see, like it is taking some directory, and it is like calculating the data dot length. So like this, it is this example from TypeScript, it is converted into JavaScript. So like this, we can convert one language program into another language. So we will take the example from the database side. So like we can create any type of SQL query, complex SQL queries also, by using this ChatGPT. So you can give the number of the names of the fields also to create the particular tables and create the particular data set. So now, as an example, we are trying to write a SQL query generating employee and department data sets referencing foreign key employee table. Okay, so ChatGPT given me very comprehensive answer for this. So we just like want to generate the two data sets or tables called as employee and department, and with the foreign key referencing the employee table. Okay, so just like there is a foreign key of a department ID referencing to department ID. So this ID. Okay, and here also like this referencing this ID, employee ID, to the manager ID. Okay, so like this, it is created two tables also, and it is suggested to like a sample data that we can use as an insert query also. Okay, so here it is giving insert query for department, and here insert query for employee. So we haven't asked about insert query, but he has ChatGPT has given more specific answer along with the suggestions also. Okay, so we can ask to find the data also, like we will give a reference to above tables. Please find highest salary holder in each department. Okay, so here it gave the answer to our question. So here is the example to find the SQL query with the highest salary holder in each department. So what it is done, so it has created join between employee and departments, and here like it is comparing this employee dot salary with the sub query with the select max salary from employees, where department ID equal to department dot ID. Okay, so by using join, so it has created the required SQL query. So now we will ask this, please recreate same without using joins. Okay, so it gives the example with to find the highest salary holder in each department without using joins, using employee and department dataset generated in the previous query. So what it is done, so it has taken two tables. It is using inner query to find the highest salary holder into each department. Okay, so these are some sample basic queries that we can try. So you can always ask this question according to your requirements. So moving further, we can explore our technology stack, and we can ask ChatGPT, how should I get proficient in any one of technology, or how can I study this technology better. So for that, like you can ask the roadways, the path for that. You can ask like how can I learn this technology, and how can I get certified with this technology, or how can I master with this technology. So like how can I get certified in cloud tech platforms. Okay, so it gives like regarding cloud tech platform. So it listed all this information which is available to learn the cloud technologies. Like we can choose the platform between AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, and they offers own set of certifications. Okay. So further, you can choose any specific technology and ask question about it. How can I get certified with Microsoft? Okay, so it gave me very comprehensive answer to become a Microsoft Azure solution architect. So it is giving me prerequisites. How can I study and prepare? So which exam I have to take? So we can ask, give me study material and dumps for. So we have asked ChatGPT a lot for the dumps and study material for Microsoft Azure Architect. So it is saying it is not ethical and recommended to use the dumps. So instead, it is saying that we can use the official study material provided by certifying body. So it has provided this exam guide and this blueprint, and it provided the detailed documentation for various services and all, so that we can refer as a study material, and we can get certified with our desired technologies. Let's explore the potential related to advanced Java application. Like what we can do, so we can create one application using Spring Boot, Hibernate, and MySQL. So let's ask him to create a Spring Boot application to list and fetch pharmaceutical products along with Hibernate and REST support, which fetches data from MySQL database. Following are entity fields like ID, name, price, category, and let's say description also. Okay, so here we are creating one a Spring Boot application along with the DAO layer as a Hibernate, and it should be like in the controller there should be a REST calls to fetch the number of products or list of products, and to fetch the particular products also, and following are the entity fields. Okay, so let's enter. Okay, so what it is saying, so I'm sorry, I am an AI language model, so I'm not able to create full-fledged Spring Boot application for you. However, I can guide you how to do it. Okay, that's fine. So first it will need to set up Spring Boot application. Then we need to create the entity classes and create the repository classes. And then we need to create the REST controller called as this pharmaceutical products controller, application property file, and this. So it has given all the information to create the application. So let's ask him to create the classes also. So with respect to above, please generate required classes and form dependencies. Okay, so we are asking him to create the required classes and generate the POM file. Okay, so let's enter. Okay, so this is so impressive that it has created all the required classes, service files, controller, and entity classes, everything it has created. So let's verify, so in this example, so required classes and dependencies are created along with the Hibernate and REST support to fetch the pharmaceutical products from MySQL database. So this is the entity class. This is a pharmaceutical products class. It is created. So these are the field what we have suggested earlier to add these fields: category, description, and manufacturer. So all these fields he have added, and he have created the entity class. Okay, he has created one annotation with the table of pharmaceutical products also. Okay, so then it is created repository class related to the JPA. Then in service class, before service class we will go to controller class. So it has created a REST controller @REST controller along with this endpoint pharmaceutical products, and here it is and here we have to fetch the all products from the service class also, and here by the ID we can find the particular product also. And in the service class, so there is a implementation for this repository. Then it has added the it has created the POM dependencies also. So this is the Maven POM dependencies. So which dependencies we need to add into our Spring Boot project. So that is a starter web. Then there is a JPA dependency we need to add, and then is a MySQL connector dependency you have to add. So it is mentioned that you should configure the database properties in your application.properties. So if you ask him to create the application.properties, so then also it will create that application property also. So everything related to Spring Boot project, it has created all the classes. So how we can create this project to fetch the pharmaceutical products by ID, and we can display all the pharmaceutical products into by using REST call. So now we can enhance this application. Suppose we don't want to fetch data from MySQL, so instead we can use the NoSQL database. So we can ask him to recreate same application to fetch data MongoDB instead of MySQL. So here we are changing the a database layer with the MongoDB instead of MySQL. Okay, so sometimes it will stop generating the response. So in this case we can say just continue. Okay, that's it. So it is completely replaced our backend layer with the MongoDB instead of MySQL. So here we asked him to replace the MongoDB instead of MySQL. So it asked to replace this dependency with this MongoDB, and then it has created this repository class with the annotation enable Mongo repository. So here it is asking to read these properties from application.yml and connect with the MongoDB database. So this is the URL, or to connect the MongoDB server, like host name and port name and everything. Okay, so this is the product repository class, and here this is the entity class where it has created some collection instead of SQL table. So it is created this document also. So we need to store, or we need to fetch the data from products collection, and this is the application.yml. Okay, and REST controller we can in earlier example, so it is created one controller also. Okay, so in that controller, so it is getting the product, creating the product also, then update product also, and delete product also. So all CRUD operations it has listed in the controller class. and here this is the service class to like this is like a Mongo repository APIs like product repository dot find by ID. Then this is the same API to save data into Mongo like this. So it has created a full-fledged application with the support of MongoDB. So we can enhance this further. So now this is the only backend. So if you want to integrate the front end with this application, okay, so tell him that please integrate front end to this application using Thymelif, create HTML class and front end to this application using Thymelif, fetch all the products and fetch product by ID. Okay, so it is saying I'm sorry, but creating a full-fledged Spring Boot application front-end integration is a complex task. It cannot be achieved. So don't worry. So we will create this. So it mentioned like a required step that has not completed. So it is mentioning that you need to add this dependency. Then we need to create the folder called template. And in the controller class, we need to handle all the incoming HTTP requests. So to fetch the product ID, you need to create another endpoint and add required JavaScript and CSS file to support the front end. Okay. Okay, so let's ask him, please complete point 2 above and create required controller file along with HTML and CSS mappings. Okay, so it is saying that error occurred. So in this case, just refresh this and resubmit your request. So it gave us like this product.html page where it is integrated this HTML page with the Thymelif along with the required fields that we are suggesting. So it is displaying this Thymelif tag along with this product.id and all the required entity fields. And here like we need to fetch product by IDs. So here it is created one action, that is a product.fetch, and that product.fetch, here we are like a product and fetch. So this controller class and this gate mapping it is calling to fetch the particular product. So it is model. Okay, and here it is displaying the product pages. Okay. Yeah, suppose like instead of Thymelif as a front end, so we want to use some another scripting language or another UI framework we want to integrate, then we can ask ChatGPT to replace the Thymelif with our desired front end. So in our case, we want to integrate this with React.js. So we can ask him like with reference to above code as a front end, can you replace React.js instead of Thymelif? And say generate required files. What we have done here, so we have replaced like this Thymelif with React.js. So here it is giving like first you need to install React.js and create a new project with the command this, and then we need to add this product list.js file So instead in that, we need to add this, we need to import this XUS product list, and instead in that we need to use this XUS.get API products. Okay, and we need to display this product list like this, and in case of fetching the product, so we need to do this product.id. Okay, and this export product list. Then we need to add one component fetching the product ID. So for that, we need this product fetch.js. So here we need to fetch the particular product, so we need to implement this XUS API, that is API products, and then ID. Okay, so some part it haven't completed, so there is a manual intervention required for to complete this. So now we have completed the backend part and front end part also along with SQL. So now suppose we want to deploy this application into some platform. So ask ChatGPT to write the Docker file for us. So we need to deploy on Dockerized container. So please create Docker file yeah, that's it. So it is generated Docker file also for our application. So it has taken this OpenJDK 8 Alpine image. So this is the smallest image, and it has created this target also. So this jar file, and it is exposing to 8080 port, and this command to run this application like java -jar app.jar. Yeah, so it is created Docker file also. So now we want to run this Docker file on Jenkins. So please create Jenkins file for above application to be deployed on OpenShift container. Okay, so this is just sample. So we need to create Jenkins files and we need to deploy on some container. Okay, so click on this. Okay, so here is the example Jenkins files that you can deploy this Spring Boot application into OpenShift container. Okay, so it mentioned this pipeline, then it mentioned the stages. So we need to build with this command. Okay, so now let's move to very interesting part. Suppose you are working in some organization, and you have to ask for good hike or good promotion. So you can write ChatGPT can help to write email to our boss or manager also. So write an email to manager asking promotion, working with organization for 3 years and successfully delivered several projects as per timelines. Yeah, so that's it. This is very nice to have and a comprehensive response to our query. So it has tailor-made all the things as per your experience, skills, dedication, everything it has added, and it has done the very good whatever in your mind. So it has written into this letter, and this is ready to post to your manager. Okay, so I'm taking this as an example in a fun way. Suppose this promotion things is not working, so we want to apply to some other organization, then we need to create our resume. So we can create a resume with the help of ChatGPT. So So create resume as a tech lead position for a full stack developer with Java and related technologies. Okay, so this is very overwhelming that it has created the resume for a full stack developer. So this is like a sample where the name and contact information, then summary as a full stack developer. So you can like customize this according to your experience, and it is listed the technology skill as a full stack developer, Docker, Kubernetes, professional experience, and it is added our experience also, education details, certification detail, project details, everything it is added as per we suggested. Okay, so moving further, so you have created resume, you are applying for job, now you are preparing for interview, and then you can ask ChatGPT to take the mock-up interviews also. Okay, so let's ask ChatGPT to please take no, please ask me top 5 technical questions on Java full stack developer. So it is asking the questions also, so like how we can handle the concurrent access to the shared resource in multi-threaded environment. So like this it has listed the questions related to full stack development. Suppose like we don't know answer for the question number 5, so you can ask, can you answer this question? Okay, so that's it. So it is giving answers to the questions which we don't know the answer. So here it is listed the several ways to monitor and troubleshoot performance issues in Java application. So here it is listed all the things that is required for the performance issue analysis. So this is very intelligent and smart ways to get the answer to our questions. So ChatGPT very interactively responding the questions that we are asking, and very efficient way we are getting the answer which we are looking for. So in the Google, so you will get the multiple answers, but there is a, so according to the page rank you will get the particular answer, but here it is choosing the particular answer and it is showing that answer only to us. So that can be help to make us very productive. So these things can help any developer to increase our productivity or boost our productivity. We can use ChatGPT in very intelligent and smart way to get the answers for the questions you are looking for. So in this session we have checked the only possibilities, how the ChatGPT is responsive, and how it can able to give the answer to our particular questions. So, okay, so there are many questions in your mind also, so you can like mention into the comments that what questions you are asking for ChatGPT and how is your experience with ChatGPT. So in the subsequent session, so we are going with the hands-on with the ChatGPT answers. So we are collecting the code snippets from the ChatGPT, and we are like running that into particular ID to verify that it has generated the correct response to our questions or not. So stay tuned for further sessions, and thanks a lot for watching.